Okay, so this is how I sleep, with my satin bonnet and a silk scarf. And I just left my hair in the 2 braids. So yesterday when I wore my hair out, the night before I put it into braids like this. I wore it out. It was like a beach wave, really pretty. And then it was, when I went out, it wasn't physically raining, but the air had all that humidity in it. You could tell the ground was still wet outside. So my hair actually held up better than I thought. It expanded enough so that the little waves were completely gone, but it was still straight. It wasn't like poofy. It was bigger, but it wasn't like a big poof ball, totally reverted type deal. So that was good, and which I think had to do with putting so much grapeseed oil in my hair. So I just put it back in the 2 braids while we left breakfast, and I immediately in the car put it back in the 2 braids before we went to Adventure Landing, which good thing I did, because we played miniature golf, we played laser tag, like, I can't be a competitive person, so like it was no joke. Like I was drenched in sweat, like a workout when I came out of there. Anyways, yeah, so hopefully since I put my hair in the braids and I immediately wrapped it in a silk scarf, it'll be wearable today. If not, I'm just gonna put it in a ponytail. So yeah, I'm still rocking with the grapeseed oil. I'm not gonna put a ton of it on there. Reasonable amount. Put that in. Put it all over my end. Up here. I'm just gonna see what it looks like. This piece didn't get in the braid on accident yesterday. And then it still looks fine though. And so I just kind of wrapped it around this braid. I was lazy. I feel like taking the braid back out. But yeah, this is the longest that I haven't worked out since January. I haven't worked out since Wednesday, trying to preserve this style. But tomorrow for sure, I'm back on it. Like I can't, it's been killing me these couple days. Like I said, I still feel like I've been getting in physical activity. You know, I've been walking, I've been doing laser tag, you know, doing different things. But not like my regular, like weightlifting and my cardio, running, and like I haven't been doing that because I'm like I'm a sweater. Like I really sweat really bad. But I'm back on it tomorrow. Regardless, I'm thinking, cause look, my hair looks good again with the grapeseed oil, even though I sweat really bad yesterday. So, cause I mean, if you go through all that crap to straighten it, like you at least want to be able to wear the style for a week, you know, not 2 or 3 days. So, but it looks like as long as I keep my hair in those 2 braids while I'm sweating, it's fine. So yeah, that's good. So I'm just gonna wear it out like this while I'm going to the store. Then when I get back, I'm gonna put grapeseed oil on it and put it back in those 2 little braids. And while I'm at work all week, I'm gonna keep it in those 2 little braids. And then this weekend, if you know, me and the babe do something, then I'm going to wear it out like this again. I doubt with me working out every day I'm going to get to be able to wear it past a week. But we'll see. Ideally, you know, 7 to 10 days is a good run on straight hair. With working out, I think 5 to 7 days is probably a really good run. So yeah, and I did trim my ends. So and one thing I wanted to mention, which I think I forgot, is if you're not straightening your hair like bone freaking straight, like with a round brush, getting it almost silky when you're blow drying it, or you know, doing like multiple passes with the flat iron or on super high heat, like if you're not really putting your hair through something with the intention to get it silky, pin straight, then your ends are still going to look a little frizzy. And I don't want you to mistake frizz for split ends and trim more than you have to. One thing that really brought that to my attention was I went over my hair one pass, and then I can't remember what happened, but for some reason, I normally do like a couple presses at the top to keep my roots from getting so poofy, and then one time through the ends of it. But for some reason, I took the comb, you know, the chase method, and then went back down my ends, and then that frizzy where it looked rough was smooth. And I didn't do that throughout my whole head because I don't want to put too much, you know, stress on my ends, but it looked smoother, you know, immediately. So if you're not getting straight pin straight hair, then your ends are going to look frizzy, they're going to look a little poofy, and don't confuse that with split ends. You should be able to look at your ends, and if you have to, pull out a single strand of hair and look at it and see if there's a fork, like a snake tongue. If that's not there, then your ends aren't split. Feel your hands down them. You know what poofy hair feels like. You know, so does it feel different? Does it feel brittle? Does it feel dry? You know, do they look paper thin on the end? Then you trim it. Don't trim it because your hair looks frizzy. You have frizzy hair. I don't know, I see a lot of, maybe also, it can also be camera lighting. But when I see a lot of people trimming their hair, to me, they're trimming off too much hair. It's unnecessary. If you like super smooth, you know, ends, and you're not worried about length at all, then trim as much as you want to. But if you're trying to retain like the max amount of length and you only want to trim what you have to, then just make sure you're paying attention to that. Even if, because I normally, as of last year, I started going once a year to a professional to get my ends trimmed, which I'm still planning on doing in December, probably with the roller set, not flat ironing, because I only flat iron my hair once a year. But yeah, I just felt like I wanted to trim it in between since I'm putting the heat on it now, and that's kind of a tradition for me when I flat iron my hair to trim it. So yeah, but when you go to a professional, ask them, well, hey, when I trim my hair at home, what am I looking for? You know, and they'll give you tips, because a lot of people that trim their hair at home, their hair is so blunt, it's so sharp, like almost like Chinese bangs, but it's over their whole head. You know, there's tips and tricks to get your hair trimmed without it looking so jagged and rough. So anyways, that's my little spiel on that. I'm glad to be back making videos with you guys. If you have any tips or suggestions, questions, anything you want me to make a video on, let me know. Peace.